It's Wednesday, the 28th of September, 2022. Welcome to the Fast Five by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories in 5 minutes. Let's jump into it. Story number 1, the Optus cyber attack took a bit of an unusual turn yesterday, with the hackers allegedly behind the data breach, saying that they had deleted the data and wouldn't sell it to anyone.
Yes, it's starting to get just a touch weird. Almost 10 million current and former Optus users have had information stolen by hackers. A hacker claiming to have breached Optus's firewall then revealed stolen details of 10,000 people following a release of a sample of 200 people over the weekend. The hacker then, apparently, had a change of heart and posted that the data had been deleted and apologised to the 10,200 Australians whose data was leaked. They also sent their deepest apology to Optus and said they hope all goes well from here. Now, no one is saying if the leaked data is the information stolen from Optus, but clearly there is some credibility to the message from the alleged hacker. Previously, the person had demanded $1 million ransomware, but now it doesn't want it. It just seems a bit weird to me. Late on Monday night, the Australian Federal Police announced a criminal investigation working with Optus and overseas law enforcement agencies. It's also become a hot political issue, with Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill saying Optus had left the door open to a basic hack. The telco CEO Kelly Bayer Rosmarin rejected the claims, saying the attack was sophisticated. She said it was the work of some bad actors and they were the villains in the story. She also resisted calls for her to resign and said Optus would work to rebuild trust with the 10 million customers affected. That will be a big job, Michael.
Yeah, certainly will be. Story number 2, Sean, the Star has conceded to New South Wales regulators that it isn't fit to hold a casino licence, but it is asked to be able to continue operating under strict supervision.
The gaming giant was given until yesterday to respond to a show cause notice from the New South Wales Independent Casino Commission to explain why it shouldn't lose its licence or face fines of up to $100 million. Ben Heap, the Star's interim executive chair, said the group accepted the findings of the Bell report, including the finding of unsuitability, but in a letter to the regulator, he asked for leniency, arguing that the appropriate action should be to allow the Star Entertainment Group to continue to operate the licence under strict supervision and be held accountable to milestones on its remediation plan. He also asked the regulator to look at work already done. Now, that includes hiring 53 consultants and installing 15 new facial recognition cameras.
Sean, story number 3, the petrol excise will be doubled from tonight. It feels like we've been talking about this a fair bit over the last week, so I'm guessing a lot of people have probably filled up already, but if you haven't, fill up today.
That's right. A litre of petrol will cost an extra 22.5 cents, which will push it beyond $2 a litre in many parts of the country. This is the reversal of a cost of living measure introduced temporarily by the previous government. Yesterday, Treasurer Jim Chalmers said the fuel excise would cost about $3 billion every 6 months if it wasn't restored. Michael, what that means is that car owners will be paying an extra $3 billion over the next 6 months.
Sean, story number 4, more Australians changed jobs last year than any time in the last decade, and it's triggered a bit of a headache for many workers. It's paying extra tax.
Yes, in the year to February, 1.3 million people changed jobs in Australia, or 9.6% of employed people. That's according to the Bureau of Statistics. But there's a lingering cost for employers and employees because during COVID, people accrued more leave than ever before. In fact, by September last year, Australians had 185 million leave days owing, according to a story in the Financial Review. Employers accrue the cost of leave over time, but employees that left jobs were paid out and they were hit with big income tax bills. Throw in long service leave and the numbers grow further. There is one way to avoid the tax bill though, Michael. Just take your holidays.
Oh, well said. Sean, story number 5, last one. I love this story. A NASA spacecraft has smashed into an asteroid in the first test of whether deflection technology could in future kind of divert the path of an incoming rock from space.
Very sci-fi, very sci-fi. The 600-kilogram DART projectile closed in on its target yesterday. As it did so, its camera sent back a spectacular series of images at a rate of about 1 per second until rocks, boulders and smooth ground became visible on the surface of the peanut-shaped asteroid. Then, the moment of impact, right on target at 23,000 kilometres per hour, and the picture feed died. Now, scientists and engineers apparently erupted into cheering and clapping and applause, as they tend to do. NASA said it marked a new era for mankind, whereby we can protect ourselves from those dang hazardous asteroids.
There we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Wednesday, the 28th of September, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough for you, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.